Hey YouTube, it's J Cutt here, and we're bringing you another one. Yes, we are going to do a movie review of Barbie. This is the only pink shirt I got. Well, only pink shirt I got that's actually cool. So I know it doesn't match the theme, but it's pink. Okay, so we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about Barbie summer of 2023. Okay. Before we get into that, all right, Patreon. If you want to be a part of my Patreon, click the link down below. If you get the I'm all over the place. The official Patreon, which is the smallest tier, you're able to get early access to my tutorials, all my drawing tutorials that come out weekly. And if you join the all access Patreon, which is the middle tier, you're able to get free monthly wallpapers, which is really awesome for your desktop, computer, and phones. The one that we have this month is Dexter, so it's a really cool one for your phone and tablet. And if you do the VIP pack, every month you get free digital packs, either vectors, brushes, 3D models that are custom made by Cutt Productions. That was a hot mess. But anyway, don't worry, this is a non-spoiler review. I like to be surprised, and I want you to be surprised too when you go and see it. So definitely check it out. Let's get into it. So we're going to talk about Barbie. What's my rating? I would say it's an 8 out of 10. It's an 8 out of 10. Not like, not like the best movie in the whole world, but it's definitely not bad. It's definitely entertaining. What's the vibes? The vibes are Life Size meets She-Hulk meets American Pie for some reason. I really don't know why American Pie, but it just, something about it screams American Pie. Yeah, so that's the vibes that it's giving me. Okay, should you see this in theaters? Phones are just going off doing whatever it wants to do. This is the problem. Should you see it in theaters? I mean, we never had a Barbie movie before in history, so it's kind of cool. It is very vibrant and fun, so I can see that. If you're going with friends and stuff, I would. Yeah, why not? Go see it in the theater. But for real, I would just wait for streaming. Me personally, I would have waited for streaming had I not had an A-lister to go see these movies. Okay? The director is Greta Gerwig. Y'all know how I am with names. So she actually did Little Women, which I actually heard was really good. Didn't see it, but I heard it was really good. And Lady Bird, which, as I was skimming through the images of this film, I was like, did I see this movie? It felt very familiar. I think I saw the movie, but I can't remember it. But from what I'm hearing, she's doing a really good job. So this was like a good next step for her career, and I'm excited to see what she's going to come out with next. Okay, let's talk about the cast. And y'all know I am with names. So I just started taking a picture of everybody, and then we put a little star next to people we want to talk about. This had a really star-studded cast. There wasn't even people I wanted to talk about, but it was too many people. So I was like, we're not going to put a star on every single person. So, but we will start with Barbie, aka typical or stereotypical Barbie, played by Margaret Robbie. Why am I saying her name weird? Margaret Robbie. Anyway, the girl right there. Phenomenal job. You believe she's Barbie. She doesn't even necessarily look like Barbie necessarily, like in the face, but you really accept that she is Barbie, okay? Ken, played by Ryan Gosling, phenomenal. I think he's a very underrated actor too. Like, he's one of those people where, like, he's really good, but no one ever really, like, thinks of him, it feels like. Yeah, really good. Really good. I did not know Will Ferrell was in here. If he's in the movie, it's a phenomenal movie because Will Ferrell is hilarious. And then Ken, again, played by Simu Liu. He was the one who was in Marvel. You know what I'm about. I forgot the name of it. But yeah, he was in it. He did a really good job as well. And then my favorite character of this whole movie is Weird Barbie. Weird Barbie is the best character in the whole movie, in my opinion. And that's played by Kate McKinnon, which I love, who I love. And you know what? She was in the what was that movie? The Ghostbusters movie with all the women, they hated that movie. The world was eating them up. And I was like, this was a good movie. It was kind of funny. Also, Melissa McCarthy's in it. I love her. It was a great cast. Anyway, but, they don't understand. No one understands. The last two I want to kind of like honorable mention is the character is Gloria, played by America Ferrera, which is the lady right here. I got to get better at pointing like that. And then also President Barbie, played by Issa Rae. It was great seeing them. They did a good job, but not much to talk about their performance. Okay. So what is the villain? There's a villain, but I don't want to say really who that villain is because it might spoil. But I'll say the overall villain is society. Society is the overall villain of this, but I don't want to talk too much about the villain because I think it'll give the story away too much. And then what is the message of this movie? I said, don't let society dictate your moral compass. So sometimes it's like, this is what you believe and feel, and then this is what society believes and feel, and then you allow society to change your opinions or change your moral compass, and that's really dangerous. For your community, it's dangerous. For your family, it's dangerous. For your friends, it's dangerous. And for yourself, it's dangerous. So, but that's also, I can only go but so far because I think that'll also give away spoils as well. What could be better? I think this is more about the right experience, in my opinion. Because I went by myself, I didn't go with friends, family, and nobody. It probably was way more funnier than I was allowed to feel because I'm like by myself, so I can't be like cracking up. And the audience wasn't laughing the way I thought they should have been. I think because the audience was so mixed, like the demographics of this audience was so wide. I think because it's Barbie, like it was little kids, teenagers, people my age, older people, elders, men, women. It was so mixed. I was like, this is really strange. To see this many people, but I think because of that, it wasn't a collective understanding to laugh at the right moments. I think if I went with like friends, this movie would be a much more entertaining movie because of my experience. Like you think about some old movies back in the day that really are a hot mess, but because you either watched it with friends or you watched it with different people, the ranking of the movie changes. And that's how I feel about this movie. Maybe it would have got a higher rank if I went with a group of friends or something like that. So yeah, that was really that's how I feel about that one. Okay, cinematography, nothing too dramatic because everything's so bright and poppy. There was no room for like dramatic lighting, dramatic angles because it's already so much on the screen. So I can see why they wouldn't go that route. Also, it's not that type of movie to have some really dramatic cinematography, which is so ironic that Oppenheimer and Barbie was in the same week, same days pretty much, and why it's been trending on social media. They couldn't be more opposite of a film. They could not be more opposite. They are so opposite. One is black and white half of the film, and one is color, pink, one of the brightest colors you got out there. Like you can't get any brighter. Like the meanings are different. I mean, well, there's some similar crossover meanings there. But anyway, point is, couldn't do but so much cinematography with this movie, so I don't expect much there. Animation CGI, a lot of the set, and we'll talk about world design in a second, but a lot of the set is designed like old school, which I love when they do that, because it's harder, it's challenging to make a Barbie world a human-sized real life. They did a phenomenal job. There was literally in this scene, there's like a little bit of like 2D animation that did feel a teeny bit out of place because I didn't see it at all in any other moment. There's some like 2D like smoke, pink smoke. It was cute, it makes sense, but it did feel a little out of place for this movie. But other than that, not much like animation or CGI from what I think there was some backgrounds in the real world that wasn't real when they were in a building. I don't think that was real, but I couldn't tell if that was a set, if it was a green screen. It's hard to tell nowadays. Okay. Now let's get into character design. Same thing. I don't usually do character design for live action. It's more so for animation. However, because they're playing Barbie and Ken, they're playing characters that exist in the real world, they did really good job making them feel not necessarily like plastic, but like dolls, like very unmovable. They're not moving normal. They're very odd moving. You feel that they're really dolls. You feel like you're looking into this world of dolls that is impossible to see. And it's like we're peeking into the Toy Story in some way, you know? So I thought that was pretty cool. Okay. So now let's talk about, wait, what was that? Oh, music and score. Nothing really serious about the music and score throughout the movie. However, I was wondering why they weren't advertising I'm a Barbie girl. So I'm a Barbie girl. I thought they were going to use that through the marketing, but it was saved for the credits. So like, I think Nicki Minaj is like rapping over it, and then the Barbie girl song comes in, and that was like, oh, this is cool. Okay. It felt like a completion of the movie when they added in the I'm a Barbie girl song. Okay. I don't know if that's the name of the song, but whatever. Anyway, you know, let's talk about world design. I mean, this picture alone tells you how cool this is. I mean, they really made it look like plastic. Everything looks like plastic, like, you know, rubber. Like, this is a really cool design. I think Barbie's house, or the Barbie houses, I mean, just so cool that there's no windows, there's no doors, there's no steps. I love that they really analyze the toy and say, okay, how can we now implement this into the real world? I love that so much. I also love, and I wish I had better pictures, this traveling scene, traveling from Barbie land to the real world and vice versa. And this happens a few times. So clever, so designed so well. No CGI, no animation, all practical design work, foreground, background, middle ground. I love. This is not even the best one, and this one looks really cool. It's really beautiful, but it's not the best shot. I think the camping one was the best. This one was really up there. Anyway, there's a few different ones that was just really clever, and I loved that about this movie. Okay? And then the real world, they didn't make it a stark difference where it was like, whoa, you know, like, this is basically a desert, you know, but it's enough to know you're in the real world. Everything's kind of gray. Everything's kind of, you know, blue. Nothing's really like that hot, pink, fun, bright colors, neon colors that Barbie has, because the real world is not pretty at all. At all. So nothing really special there. Costume design, out of all the movies so far, this one might be the one that wins for costume design. So we're going to stay tuned for that. Okay. I don't even know what. Oh, end credit. No end credit scene from what I know, from what I saw. There's no end credit scene. Will there be a second movie? I had to put this picture here because she was the best character. Like, and I wish I had more of her, but I got more than I thought I was going to get. I thought I was just going to have these little moments, and that was it. I got way more than I thought, but I wish I had even more than that with this character. So I just decided to put her here. But will there be a second movie? Don't know, but I'm hearing that we are now leaving the times where it was like old, you know, like superhero movies are starting to not be really the thing, and now it's becoming toy brands and game brands that are coming into the movie space. And because Barbie seems to be doing so well, I heard there's other movies that are coming. So I don't know. And now if they did a Ken spinoff or a Weird Barbie spin, because the Weird Barbie was the best Barbie. If they do a Weird Barbie spinoff, I think it would be really good. Or if they do a Ken spinoff, which I think they'll probably do, because Ken did. What's his name? What's the main guy's name? Ryan Gosling did such a good job and was really funny that I can imagine him doing a spinoff there as well. Okay. And then what's the conclusion? I think that it was a good movie. It was funny. I think it would have been a better experience if I went with other people, because I think we would have, the jokes that were more geared to adults and things like that, I think we would have it would have been more fun to go with someone than by myself. So maybe that would have been a different experience. I can't say it's not for kids, because it's nothing too like inappropriate or anything like that. But only thing little kids will enjoy is the bright colors. Older kids will understand a little bit of the meaning, and I think the adults will appreciate the meaning. Anyway, point is, if this is a really like touchy topic, so you have to be able to take it in, and really listen to the message of the story, and I think you can really enjoy it. Don't forget, I have some tutorials coming this week. I got some fun stuff coming, so just stay tuned. Stay tuned. I got a lot of good things coming this week. Also, my birthday's this week, and I'm excited because I'm going to go see The Haunted Mansion, which I remember when Eddie Murphy's came out, and it was really, really, really good. So I'm looking forward to see what they do with this one, because it looks like the graphics are going to be really good. So I'm very excited about that. Stay tuned. I got a lot of tutorials coming, and I have my not top 10, but the best movies of the first half of the year. So stay tuned for that. And that's all I got for y'all. If you have not already, don't forget to like, subscribe, push that notification button, because we're going to keep bringing this stuff to you. That's it. What are you doing? I know you're not about to leave. It's mad buttons down there. You ain't pushed on one of them. You better subscribe to my channel. See you soon.